She spent her childhood as a lonesome dove at home, raised practically as an only child, the baby, on both sides of the family, which left her a lot of time for self-entertainment. Her father worked nights, and her mother went to school. Her 85-year-old grandmother would often watch her in the evenings and during the summer. Well, she was alone, mixed amongst adults 25 to 50 years her senior.
Growing up, it was always, do a dance for us, sing for us, tell us a joke. Well, all smiles all the time.
She learned to love being the center of attention whenever she got it. And at school, Savanah was never alone. Between the relationships with friends, the outcast and the popular girls, and with the teachers, Savanah was very socially fulfilled.
A person who is treated as a favorite by an authority. Yeah, that checks out.
To high school. Attention from the adult family members wasn't good enough for Savanah, but pleasing her teachers was a yearly academic goal. Savanah would self-diagnose herself as a cool, non-snitching teacher's pet. The urge to not be like the other kids in order to stand out and create meaningful and special relationships meant everything to her. She longed to please the faculty with her kindness and talent, to be memorable for years.
Yeah, I made people laugh, and I made them proud. I was the apple of everyone's eye, and I loved being it. I think at a young age, I realized that I could be the princess of the household, the star pupil of the classroom, and the leader in any activity that I did or tried. I began to love any activity that brought joy and attention.
Doing gymnastics, playing soccer and piano, being a writing buddy, singing, acting, and dancing, wherever the spotlight would find her. She became a soloist, a soccer club captain, an assistant coach, a witty actress, a leading girl of her girl posse, and that followed her all the way to high school, State University. At the age of 25, her older brother was diagnosed with schizophrenia and a substance abuse disorder. She joined a peer leadership group that focused on teen counseling, mental health awareness, community outreach, and mental wellness education.
I had spent all this time being a star, and I just wasn't serving a true purpose. With my brother's diagnosis, I felt like I finally had something to say. Finally had something to stand up for. And being in the spotlight was no longer about singing a song or dancing to something silly. It was about saying something in front of people to really influence them and change their minds about mental health and slowing the stigma. And they say there's, 3 things that a leader should have: passion, teamworking skills, and social skills. And I learned so much already about being on a team through sports and soccer and being a team captain. And I knew passion like she was my sister. I never wanted to half-ass anything because that was a direct reflection of me. So we were all in all the time. And my social skills are pretty impeccable.
To come. She traded in her cleats and her dance shoes, her soccer balls and her microphones to fully pursue and create these outreach programs. Fast forward 3 years later, when Savanah moved to San Francisco by herself, studying at San Francisco State University.
I thought moving to a big city would be the best thing that I could do for myself. Be somewhere bigger, be somewhere better, where, I would just be so fulfilled socially with all the networking that I would be doing. So I attended San Francisco State, and I thought I would meet a lot of like-minded people. They have such a better grasp and understanding of mental health and more resources. And I really thought I was going to be in the place that would take me further with my outreach and make me really feel like where I was supposed to be.
In her community. It was hard to make a difference when her own mental health was on the line. After a bad night gone worse, she called her then boyfriend in a panic.
Man, I remember sobbing, just crying and crying. Why am I here? What am I doing? Just over and over and over again, like a broken record. I had no idea what I was going to do. And, my boyfriend at the time just said, when there was finally a break in the tears and there was silence, he said, "Why don't you move home and be a teacher?" What? Wait. Where did that even come from? I was undeclared. I had never expressed becoming a teacher. He was saying it.
Savanah would move 2 weeks later and start taking her early childhood education credits online. She was a preschool teacher within 6 months. She would go on to be a teacher for 8 more years until finally realizing this was her life calling, to be a leader in the classroom, to provide academic and emotional support for her students, and to be an advocate for her school.